Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ronnie Stockholm. Welcome once again to NWC Tonight. The National Wrestling Council is absolutely thrilled to bring to you the most amazing bell-to-bell wrestling action found anywhere online. Tonight, my broadcast colleague Gary Bloomfield and I will be bringing you 7 amazing matches. That's right, folks, 7 matches, over 90 minutes of non-stop bell-to-bell action, all killer, no filler. These matches are all main event quality matches, ladies and gentlemen. On tonight's broadcast, you will see for the first time ever Alyssa Wilde taking on Danica Rabin. These two have been at each other's throats for the last several weeks. Backstage brawls, harsh words said online. Tonight it comes to a head. In addition to that, we will be seeing the INCW Women's Champion, Nikki Wilde, back from injury and in action in the ring tonight. And our main event of the evening will be Damian Black, the current reigning, defending NWC Champion, taking on the INCW Champion, Bokrug. All of that and the next 4 matches in the NWC Number 1 Contenders Championship Tournament. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an absolutely fantastic card, top to bottom. Let's take you to ringside. And fans, we are truly starting off with a bang, as our opening encounter tonight will be Alyssa Wilde taking on Danica Rabin. Now, of course, these two women, those of you who've been following along on our promo board, these two have had quite the issue for quite some time. It all began when Alyssa Wilde's brother, Akira Wilde, was seemingly cheated out of his INCW championship by the Diners Club. Following that match, Chonk of the Diners Club appeared to hand Danica Rabin, who was the referee in that encounter, a roll of cash indicating some sort of fix being involved in that match. Now, while that was never proven, Alyssa Wilde definitely took that to heart, banning Danica from her gym, from the Wilde Family Gymnasium. In addition to that, the words of Alyssa Wilde to NWC management resulted in Danica being at least temporarily suspended from her refereeing duties. That didn't sit well with Danica, who confronted Alyssa backstage. The two had an absolutely titanic brawl backstage, and now here we are, Danica Rabin and Alyssa Wilde for the first time facing each other one-on-one in an NWC ring. As you can see, Alyssa is coming down to ringside right now, a very business-like look on her face. She spoke with us on NWC Tonight just last week, saying that she was ready. She welcomed the opportunity to try to bruise Danica's pretty face, as she said. She holds Danica responsible for a lot of the trials and tribulations that the Wilde family has experienced over the last few weeks. And Danica, for her part, is saying that she is done with it. She is claiming that all of this has been some sort of misunderstanding, and she's tired of the NWC fans and of the Wilde family accusing her of wrongdoing. Now, it may be some time before we find out what truly happened involving Danica and the Diners Club, but we don't have to wait to see these two air their frustrations. You can see, of course, Danica Raven heading down to ringside, and as we mentioned, she is a very frustrated young lady. Of course, Danica, not just a referee, a very experienced wrestler, an entire chapter of her life in Bayou Championship Wrestling. As you can see here, look at her. She is not happy with these fans. Danica, quite an honorable person under most circumstances, has seen her anger get the better of her. She is just frustrated with having to tell her side of the story again and again and again, and she's hoping that perhaps by meeting Alyssa one-on-one in the ring, some of this can be put to rest. So is this an airing of frustrations that will lead to a greater understanding? Or is this just the first chapter of a much greater conflict that is yet to come? We will find out shortly. Again, Danica Raven, you may never have seen her wrestle. You might only be familiar with her referee work in INCW, but she is an accomplished grappler in the ring. Trained at the Wild Academy, had an entire run in Bayou Championship Wrestling, and now for the first time, we get to see her in an NWC ring. The referee has rung the bell, and we are beginning, and immediately Danica going to work on Alyssa Wilde. Series of strikes and a basement dropkick takes the matriarch of the Wilde family down, and Danica just laying into her with kicks. Goodness gracious, I said this woman was frustrated. Oh, goes for an enziguri. She may be frustrated, but that might have made her a little bit careless. Alyssa Wilde, a methodical mat technician in the ring. She is a master of moving a match at her pace. Fist drop right to the forehead of Danica Raven. You'll notice here that Danica came in all fire and brimstone, and Alyssa, on the other hand, is taking this slow. She is pacing herself. She is taking her time. She has been thinking a lot about how to make Danica pay for what she perceives as some pretty serious transgressions. Big double axe handle takes Danica down. Both Alyssa and her brother Akira excel at dissecting opponents in the ring, at just taking them apart limb by limb. Speaking of limbs, Alyssa torquing the right arm of Danica, drops her with a second short DDT. As of yet, this has been all Alyssa Wilde. Again, Alyssa, a member of the Wilde family, and they believe in seeing justice done in that ring. They have a very particular sense of what is right and what is wrong and how to handle conflicts. It makes nothing makes a Wilde happier than to have a chance to administer some in-ring justice to someone who they believe has wronged them. Alyssa going to work on the back. Danica, for a flash there, managed to take advantage, but Alyssa appears to have once again turned things in her favor. Slams Danica headfirst into that top turnbuckle, and goes to work on the left arm now. Alyssa, once again, using that methodical pace, smashes Danica's head for a second time in that ring turnbuckle, and goes to work again on the arm. You do not want to let Alyssa Wilde dictate the pace of this match. She will take an opponent apart. But Danica appears to have taken notes there. Would you look at that big crescent kick? Takes Alyssa Wilde down, and a flipping senton. Fantastic athletic agility there from Danica Raven. Danica going for a quick pin. Alyssa managing to get a shoulder up quite quickly. Danica drops Alyssa in a sharp-looking DDT, and Alyssa's going to take a powder. Oh, but look at that. Comes around the horn and manages a big right clothesline to Danica Raven. And sends her face first right into the mat. Goodness. And also just cracks her back right across that massive knee brace on her left leg. Danica, trying to keep it in the ring, sends Alyssa back into the ring. Oh, Alyssa going for a big clothesline, misses it entirely, but Danica does not miss an Asai moonsault. Goodness. Again, Danica, in a previous life, had quite a career as a high-flying, high-impact grappler, and we're going to be seeing some examples of that as we go. Alyssa, with a beautiful combo there, ends with a drop kick, sends Danica down, and is feeling it, and an Alyssa kick, but Danica completely no-sells that, kips up only to be knocked down again. Alyssa to the top rope, and a gigantic leg drop right across the chest and throat of Danica Raven. Now, Alyssa, of course, the stronger of the two. You can see Alyssa's got about 4 or 5 inches on her. Oh, and look at this, folks! Big-time axe kick. That is Alyssa's variation on the surgical strike. Goes for a pin. My goodness, I thought she might have had it there. Danica manages a kick out. Oh, and just levels Alyssa with a spinning roundhouse there. Danica is going to have to stick and move. The smaller, arguably more agile competitor here. Flying crossbody takes Alyssa Wilde down, goes for the pin. And Alyssa up quickly at 1. Danica showing frustration, but every time Alyssa has to kick out, that is definitely taking some of that precious energy. You got to wonder who this match is going to favor as it continues on. Both of these two have tremendous cardio. You'd have to think, though, Alyssa might be at an advantage in that she has been competing in the ring more regularly. Danica has not had a professional match for almost a calendar year here. Danica's reasons, of course, for taking a break from her wrestling career have remained shrouded in mystery. Rumor has it that there was something about her career and the way that it affected her, the way that it made her feel, that prompted her to feel like for her own health, her own mental health, she needed to take a break and pursue other things. Wow, look at this out here. Danica has just been taking it to Alyssa outside on the mat. A series of stomps, kicks, and just a beautiful flying kick to the downed Wilde. Danica just sending Alyssa, just cascading across the mat. Goes in, breaks the referee's count. Danica definitely doesn't want to win this by a count out, but she might regret that. Alyssa with a short brain buster on the outside unforgiving mat. Don't know if you know this, folks, but there's regional hockey in this building on the weekends, and underneath that mat, 1 foot of hockey ice. I did some research, actually. You know, the NHL hockey ice is 3/4 of an inch thick, so some might say 1 foot is excessive, but I just say the NWC is very thorough. Oh, big-time elbow out of the corner. Alyssa sends Danica to the ropes. Ducks underneath. And a sharp elbow takes Raven down, and Alyssa goes for a pin. Is this it, folks? Danica kicks out quickly. It looked like she might have been going for that, to grab that bottom rope for a second, but then thought better, but thought, no, I'm going to kick out with my own strength. Danica, ties Alyssa up, and what is this? Oh my goodness, look at that! Just tremendous driver, just takes Alyssa down. But Alyssa manages to work her way out of it. She kicks out of it, but does she have anything left? Ladies and gentlemen, what is Danica doing? Oh my goodness, gigantic reverse Phoenix splash. In another life, that was a finisher of hers, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? 1, 2, and 3, ladies and gentlemen. What an impressive win by Danica Raven. A Phoenix splash, a reverse Phoenix splash, takes Alyssa Wilde down. Alyssa did not expect that was the way this contest was going to go, but you cannot underestimate a wrestler with the pedigree of Danica Raven, and I believe Alyssa Wilde may have taken her lightly. Hopefully, this will put an end to this conflict. Hopefully, Danica Raven has seen some measure of revenge, gotten some sense of satisfaction. Look at that smile on her face, folks. Quite a difference between this and the attitude we saw as she was walking to the ring. Danica Raven vindicated, at least for the time being, and Alyssa Wilde defeated. Goodness gracious, folks, what tremendous action we have seen so far here tonight. And of course, we have plenty more of that to come this evening. But before our next match, the NWC would like to take a moment to spotlight one of the many fine championships defended here at the National Wrestling Council. Of course, the NWC is made up of several promotions, including PWA, INCW, and NWCW. All of these touring promotions have their own championship titles that have been proudly fought over and defended for many, many years. One such title is the INCW Women's Championship. Now, this is a very unique championship because across the NWC, it is the only women's Championship. Neither PWA nor NWCW had a dedicated women's division. Uniquely, PWA actually offered intergender competition based solely on weight class, and you had women going after the light and heavyweight championships depending upon the weight class they found themselves in. INCW, on the other hand, had a dedicated women's division. Established in 2018, the INCW Women's Championship quickly grew to become one of the most popular and highly sought-after titles in the entire company. Notable INCW Women's Champions included Betty Blackwell, who held the title for an astonishing 2 years, Queen Jolene, who held the title for a season, War, who fought with Alyssa Wilde in a climactic year-long feud to determine a number one contendership for that belt, and, of course, the White Rabbit Nikki Wilde, the current reigning defending INCW champion, who we will be seeing in action later on this evening. This is a fantastic title featuring phenomenal women, and of course the NWC features the best of the best in the world of women's professional wrestling. We look forward to seeing this title defended on this show in the many months and years to come. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on to our next match. Tonight you will be seeing the current reigning INCW Women's Champion, the White Rabbit Nikki Wilde, returning from injury. Of course, Anna Sokolov, the Siberian psychopath, she injured Nikki Wilde after their match at Boiling Point in an attempt to make amends with Nikki, to shake hands and honor the competition they both shared. Anna attempted to approach Nikki Wilde only to be insulted by the White Rabbit and just called a series of extremely disrespectful names. Anna Sokolov snapped and broke the leg of Nikki Wilde, and Nikki has been convalescing on the sidelines since long before the relaunch of NWC. Of course, she has now been cleared by our doctors, and we will see her in action this evening. She's going to be taking on a second-generation wrestler in Selena Sharp. Selena Sharp, of course, the daughter of Wyatt 5 O'Clock Sharp, a journeyman who has made a name for himself in PWA and around the world. Selena Sharp has had one NWC match to date. It was a losing effort against Anna Sokolov, but a very impressive match nonetheless. She is an incredibly agile woman for her level of experience and size. She is just a tremendous young talent, and we look forward to seeing her do great things here in the NWC, but she is going to have her hands full as she takes on a Nikki Wilde who has been chomping at the bit to have a chance to get back in the ring. Of course, Nikki Wilde, a loud and exuberant and some would say obnoxious young lady, just never afraid to say her opinion. And according to her, it has been a raw deal that she's been forced to sit on the sidelines while the NWC has gained so much press. Of course, by her estimation, the INCW Women's Championship is a belt that should be seen at the same level as the NWC World Championship, seeing as it is the only women's championship defended across all three promotions represented by the NWC. And of course, and as I understand it, the NWC is prepared to honor Nikki Wilde's request at seeing the INCW Championship defended on NWC Tonight. Now, this, of course, is going to be a non-title match. Of course, Selena Sharp is a rookie. We're going to have to determine the number one contender for this title at a date in the future. But of course, an opportunity for Nikki Wilde to get this belt front and center, to show the world just what she can do and what the women of NWC can truly represent. I tell you, Nikki, ever since joining INCW, Nikki has taken on an attitude that has rubbed many people in the backstage area the wrong way. Of course, with Derek Arzon and the Spoiler, the three of those individuals make up Forever Unchained, otherwise known as FU, a rebel faction that some say was instrumental in causing INCW to shutter its day-to-day operations. Of course, Nikki Wilde will just say it's because KB Chronic wanted to take a long vacation in the tropics. Nikki Wilde there, holding the last vestiges of the INCW legacy in her hands right there. A proud champion that has held this title now for more than one season. She has 2 title defenses under her belt, one against DA and one against Anna Sokolov, the latter of which there really burns the Siberian cyborg Anna Sokolov. She wants another shot at Nikki's title. And Nikki is all too happy to say, back of the line, sweetheart. All right, the referee is calling for the bell, and here we go. Nikki, right out the gate, a Manhattan drop and a double leg drop to the midsection of Selena Sharp. Nikki is very interested in showing the world just what she can do. Just taunting Selena Sharp there. And just clotheslines her over the top rope, sending her tumbling to the ground. Nikki Wilde, a very eclectic superstar. And, oh, goodness gracious, got a little over-exuberant there. Took a dive between the top and middle rope, missing Selena entirely as Miss Sharp slid inside the ring. But just like that, Nikki manages to rebound with an off-the-rope stun bun on Selena's shoulders. Hurricane Rana takes her over. Frankensteiner style Hurricane Rana. And has her up over her shoulders. Tremendous strength. And just disrespectful slaps to the face. Nikki had best be careful. She doesn't want to take this opponent lightly. Selena Sharp is quite a skilled, if slightly inexperienced, combatant. Bridging Grecoplex for the pin. 1, 2. We almost saw the end of this match there. And right there, Nikki making good on her earlier attempt. A suicide dive takes out Selena Sharp on the outside, giving Sharp no time at all to rest on the outside. But Selena with a gutbuster, dropping the smaller, more diminutive Nikki Wilde on her stomach right outside the ring. Big time elbow drop followed by a kip up, really showing her agility. Selena would, of course, love to get a win over the reigning, defending women's champion. Of course, the women of NWC, these other promotions, always excited at an opportunity to go for a title. The women of NWC have not had an outlet for championship reign, with the exception of the INCW championship. So to see it brought to the big stage like this is exciting for all the women in this brand. Ooh, Selena Sharp with a huge right hand and a big kick takes Nikki down and begins to go to work on that left arm. Nikki Wilde, of course, fresh from an injury. Oh, goodness, would you look at that clothesline? Is it possible that Nikki might have a little bit of ring rust? Nikki says no. Big time clothesline. A second one. Nikki building up a head of steam. Big clothesline in the corner and follows up with a bulldog right in the center of the mat, right in the W of the NWC logo. Nikki taking a step back and a bunny kick right to the face of Sharp. Going for a pin. And Sharp gets a shoulder up at 2, but there wasn't a ton of strength behind that kick out. Could Nikki be moments away? Oh, went for the stun bun, but Selena manages to kick it away. Selena off the ropes, and Sharp with a basement drop kick right to the jaw of Nikki Wilde. Has the champion up and just paintbrushes her across the face. And, ladies and gentlemen, the referee is out. Nikki with a Death Valley driver and some more disrespectful slaps while our referee takes a nap right in the center of the ring. They got bowled over by Selena Sharp. Referees deserve hazard pay, ladies and gentlemen. Sharp gets sent to the ropes. Nikki tries to slide in, perhaps interrupted there by the ref on the ground. And Selena just blasts her in the face. And a series of kicks to the champion. Nikki's going to need to pull things together. She's starting to lose some ground to this rookie. Nikki with a kick to the stomach, bounces off the ropes, and another stun bun assisted by the ropes takes Selena down. Uh-oh, looks like Selena is trying to regroup, but Nikki is watching her, and big-time spear sends Selena Sharp to the mat, and Nikki is feeling it. She is daring her to come back in, and a second bunny kick to the back of the head of Selena Sharp. Nikki Wilde is feeling in control here, twists the neck of Sharp, and delivers a sharp elbow drop of her own. And look at her, just posing for the crowd, excited to be here, and of course eats a huge kick, but Nikki manages to nip up right out of that, but walks straight into a neck breaker, a leg assist neck breaker by this very talented young lady, Selena Sharp. But Selena eats a kick from the champion, and Nikki just taunting her opponent. Selena, though, off the ropes. And a sliding knee. Could this be it for the champion? 1, 2. Nikki gets a shoulder up. Still a lot of fight left in the White Rabbit. But Selena just going to work with elbows into the shoulders of Nikki Wilde. Oh, thought she was going for a body slam, but held on and managed to do a spinning neck breaker. But Nikki, that seems to have woken her up. Half and half, release Greco-plex. The skills taught to her by her family, still shining through. Nikki to the top rope, measuring Selena Sharp. And a meteor from the top, a bunny hop from the top right into the shoulders of Sharp. Nikki Wilde firmly in control now, looking to make a statement here in her return match. But Selena Sharp manages a shot to the gut. But Nikki fires back, series of strikes. Ducks underneath, manages to catch Selena with her feet. Satellite head scissors takes her over. And Nikki going for the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Nikki beside herself. Oh, and look at this. She is complaining. She is taunting. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a razor sharp. Selena Sharp just drilled Nikki Wilde, and oh my goodness, folks, Selena Sharp has just pinned the White Rabbit, Nikki Wilde. Nikki was jawing at her opponent, and she caught her sleeping and just dropped her face first into the mat. I think Nikki might have underestimated her, and folks, we have a winner. Selena Sharp, in her second NWC match ever, has defeated Nikki Wilde. Ladies and gentlemen, anything can happen on live TV. What does this mean for the women's division? If you thought that Nikki Wilde was insufferable before, just wait till she wakes up and finds out that she got beat by a rookie. Folks, we're going to have to unpack that and the ramifications of that later, because now it's time for something else entirely. Because, folks, it is now time for the NWC #1 Contenders Championship Tournament. Last week, we had a chance to see 4 amazing tournament matches. Tonight, we will see 4 more, and as a special treat, folks, we're going to have the one and only, the voice of PWA, Gary Bloomfield, in on guest commentary for these 4 exciting matches. Now, the first 2 of these matches are about ready to come to you, and once that's done, we're going to take a short break and follow it with 2 more matches. That's right, 4 matches in the NWC tournament this evening, and that's not even our main event. So, folks, buckle up. It's time for some tremendous action. And Gary, sending it over to you.
Thank you so much, Ronnie Stockholm. I am so happy to be here behind the announcing desk, first from PWA, now all the way to the NWC. Folks, my name is Gary Bloomfield. Some of you may recognize me. Some of you may be hearing my voice for the first time, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here at NWC for NWC Tonight to call these tournament matches. First in the ring, Paul Hook Gravitt, who had a very hard-hitting match against the Spoiler 3 in a losing effort, but one that was, well, he gave Spoiler everything he wanted and more in that match, and he's got another tall order ahead of him as we await the arrival of one of the only 2-time NWC World Champions there has ever been, and a man looking to regain that strap one more time, the surgical specialist, Akira Wilde, out of Portland, Oregon. This is going to be a very interesting match, folks. It's going to be a clash of styles somewhat, and while Akira Wilde is the veteran in this match by quite a number of years, He has a more modern style than the catch wrestler Paul Hook Gravitt. So Gravitt, the rookie in this contest, is going to have the more classic, the more basic style based on catch wrestling, whereas Akira Wilde, more of a modern wrestler, even though he has decades more experience of Gravitt. And I just find that terribly interesting, folks. This is going to be a very interesting match. This should be a great one. Both of these men taking losses, of course. Spoiler 3 defeating Gravitt in our last episode, and Akira Wilde taking a rather dubious loss against Chunk, which brought out our commissioner to make a ruling on the managers no longer being present at ringside. But both these men are 0-1. Somebody is going to come out here with a win, and one unfortunate guy is going to fall to 0-2. And Wilde, in his usual, this is Wilde's form. This is true to Akira as he goes for that cattle mutilation, and that is a move that he has really been relying heavily on in the latter part of his career. It's one that he has really grown to use effectively. I dare say that's just a move that he likes. Gravitt now, well, he seems to have lost his temper. He is given as good as he has gotten from Akira. And Gravitt now working the limbs, working the arm, working the leg, and significant of the leg is working that single leg crab, setting up for it. That is something that Paul Gravitt, even though it's not his finishing hold, Gravitt likes that top over wrist lock. But Gravitt has been very effective using a single leg crab, as Akira Wilde maintains or regains control of this contest. Double knees into the corner, showing off for the crowd a little bit, goes for a cover, count of 1, a count of 2. Well, early in this match, and Akira gets a 2 count. Things are certainly going his way as he heads up to the top rope. Akira looking to fly, big elbow drop connects. Gravitt now, he is losing control of this match, or he's losing his place in this match very quickly. Akira showboating a bit. It seems like he can afford to, as Gravitt is still on the mat, now trying to make his way up. Wilde catches him, short DDT. And this match has been all Akira Wilde up until this point, and Gravitt's mad, trying to get himself psyched up, and Akira caught him one more time. Collar and elbow tie-up. Gravitt now sending Wilde in for the right. Oh, my goodness. Big back elbow from Gravitt. Wilde quickly rolling out of the ring to break the momentum and catches Gravitt on the way out. Backbreaker, and the wily veteran Akira Wilde, all of those years of experience are really beginning to show on Gravitt, against Gravitt. Wilde immediately breaking any momentum Gravitt can build up and goes right to work. Gravitt seems to be having some trouble trying to solve the Akira Wilde problem. My goodness, what a forearm. Big forearm shiver from Akira. And now locks in the Dragon Sleeper. That foot is underneath the bottom rope. I wonder if the official can see it. Gravitt fights his way out with a pair of knees. Wilde floats over. Gets cut off. Gravitt caught him. Couple of shots to the breadbasket will break the hold. Now he's got Wilde up. Big pile driver. Hey, tremendous sit-out pile driver from Hook Gravitt. And now Gravitt crimping the neck. A classic, time-tested move. Working on the neck of Wilde, slowing the pace of the match down, and giving Wilde something else to think about. Wilde now rolling out of the wing, and Gravitt, look at that. Gravitt picked it up. He was already lying in wait for Wilde. My God, belly to side suplex from Gravitt on the floor, and I think Gravitt has just about had enough of Akira Wilde. Gravitt is going to work. He is beginning to pick the surgical specialist apart, and Akira Wilde may be ruining that he did not put this match away sooner than he could have. Big headbutt from Gravitt. And Akira in a bad way now. Oh, again going for the headbutt. outside of the ring. Wild rolled out of the way. Gravett rams the head with his own face. Throws Wild back in. Wild still feeling the effects of that first head, but picks him up, does Gravett. Gravett's got him hooked up. What a hip toss. Folks, somebody going that high needs an in-flight stewardess and movie. Wild now has got Gravett up face first. Snake Eyes on the apron. And Wild now looks like he's done playing with Gravett. And this is really turning into a good match. This is turning into a competitive match. Gravett's still got quite a hole to dig himself out of, but he's got a shovel. Wild with an enziguri to the back, off the ropes, sliding German Greco-plex underneath the rope, and Gravett with a shoulder tackle. Wild back to his feet with a lariat. Wild giving chase to Gravett outside the ring. Gravett catches him. Akira with a kick to the midsection. Big hip toss by Paul Gravett, and they're going move for move here. Gravett with the headbutt to the outside on Akira. Picks him up. Sends Akira into the barricade. Got him hooked up. Look out. Russian leg sweep. And the top of Akira's back, the shoulders, right into that barricade. And Gravett goes to work on the leg with that stump puller. And now working the arm. He is giving Akira a full body workout. He is just dissecting the surgical specialist. As the referee's count continues. Well, Wild now turning the tables, got Gravett up. Brain buster on the outside. That can cause permanent injury. Of course, to the top of the head, but mostly to the spine. Forearm shot, followed by a shot to the breadbasket. Now Wild's got Gravett up on his shoulders. Snake Eyes on the top turnbuckle. Gravett now caught in the corner. Wild going to work once more. A surgical strike, a modified surgical strike outside of the ring on the apron. Wild with a shot to the midsection. Wild got Gravett up. Gravett slips out the back door and goes after the leg of Wild. Wild may be ripe for that single leg crab if Gravett can get it hooked on. Wild with a shot to the back sends Gravett in the corner. Wild now. Oh, Gravett almost caught him. But Wild's going to go for it again. Sliding Greco-plex. Gravett back to his feet. Shoulder tackle takes down Wild. Goes for a cover. One. And just a one count. Referee a little bit slow, possibly with that count. Trying to get Wild's, or check on Wild's shoulders. Wild with a lariat to Gravett. Short DDT on the outside. Gravett now with a flurry of blows, ending with a devastating headbutt. Hard forearm shot from Gravett to Wild on the outside. Picks Wild up to his feet. Collar double tie-up outside of the ring. Wild gets tossed back inside. Gravett on his way back in. Gravett has got his eyes set. The target is locked. He's got him up. And there it is, the Gravett. Forearm into the face, grinding against the cheekbone. This could cause a submission. Gravett cranking down on it. Wild's got Gravett up. Wild breaks the hold. Slamming Gravett into the ground, breaks the hold. Short elbow from Wild. Wild, now it's his turn. Kick to the midsection, here it comes. Surgical strike. Cover. 1, 2. No, Gravett gets the shoulder up. And folks, let me remind you, both of these men do not have a win in this tournament. And look at the match that they are giving us. And that gives you any idea of the level of competition for this NWC number 1 contenders tournament. These guys are putting on a clinic. Fisherman suplex. A release fisherman suplex, but Kravitz kicks away at Wild, picks him back up. And he's going for the single leg crab, but Wild kicks him away. Wild, float over DDT. Picks Kravitz up one more time. Big punch, spins him around. Greco-plex. Release Greco-plex from Akira. Akira with a lariat. A second lariat. Oh, ducks the lariat from Kravitz and a drop kick. Running drop kick. Wild is on fire. Wild now going up to the middle rope. Drops the knee. He's saying it's done. Kravitz is desperately trying to get back to his feet. Wild getting this crowd behind him. No, he got caught. Double foot to the face from Kravitz. He had Wild scouted. Off the ropes. What's this? Neck breaker. A short neck breaker from Kravitz. Spins Akira around. Got him hooked up into a suplex. A hammerlock suplex. And now going to work on the back. Picks him up, by the neck, and just tosses Akira. Kravitz showing some brute strength, some raw power. And now laying in chops and a stop to the foot. Hip toss. Picks Wild up again. Kravitz. Paul Kravitz is incensed. Wild rolling his way to the outside. Kravitz giving chase. Picks Wild back up with the throw one more time and throws. Wild dangerously close to those steel steps. He's got him again around the neck. Paul Kravitz tossing Akira Wild around like a rag doll. Stump puller. As the referee continues her count. Collar and elbow tap. No, kicked in the midsection by Wild. Wild with a lariat. And rolls through with the momentum. Wild back inside the ring. Kravitz getting back in himself. Wild telling him to come back in. Collar and elbow tie up. Kravitz sends Wild in for the ride. Hip toss. Kravitz hooks the leg. One. Count of two. And Kravitz gets the win over Akira Wild in a grueling match. Paul Kravitz moves to an even 1-1. Akira falls to 0-2. Folks, stay with us. Our next match is coming up. As Paul Kravitz exhausted, Akira exhausted, this crowd giving Paul his just due. What a match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for the second match in the round 2 of the NWC number 1 contendership round robin tournament. On his way to the ring without his manager, here comes the monstrous Chonk. Chonk, who defeated Akira Wild in round 1, sitting with 1 win coming into this match and looking to keep his momentum going. Debuted in INCW some months ago, now in the NWC. He already made a big statement, taking down former INCW heavyweight champion, former 2-time NWC world champion Akira Wild. Looking to keep that momentum going against his opponent tonight. This man is a gargantuan specimen. And he is going to present anyone in this tournament huge problems. Especially for his opponent, who is making his way to the ring. Here you can see Chonk awaiting the arrival of the outlaw, Billy Cody. Billy Cody took a loss against Spencer Watts in our last episode of NWC Tonight, wanting to right the ship, and he is going to have a hard time doing that against his opponent, Chalk, tonight. Billy Cody, a former NWC World Champion in his own right, wants to regain that title more than anything. Hailing from the Northwest Championship Wrestling promotion, represented by the NWC. Bill Cody, an old school brawler, which is very effective against men his size, very effective against men smaller than him. But can he use that brawling smash mouth style effectively against the massive Chalk? Chalk stands about a head higher than Cody and outweighs him, and my God, the power on display. Bill Cody is not a small individual, not by any stretch. And Chalk just lifted him up in the air in a suplex and then threw him down like he was nothing. Big hammering shot from Chalk. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Don't take Bill Cody lightly. Oh, my goodness. Cody went right after him. Chalk tossed him away and then slammed him down. Big right hand, and Cody sent down to one knee, and a running drop kick from Chalk. Chalk stomping away at Cody. Pressing down on his back, putting at least some of that weight, and it follows up with another big stomp. Goes for the early win here, count of one and a kick out at one. Cody certainly has his work cut out for him tonight. Chalk with the early advantage. Now sends Cody in for the ride, got him up, big spine buster. Chalk didn't get him very high, but Chalk being so tall, I mean, that's high enough. Cody trying to fight back. Chalk shoves him away, big clothesline, not letting go, picks him up, a second clothesline. Going for the trifecta, ducks underneath. And a ripcord single leg drop kick. Great agility from a man that size as he chews on the fingers of the outlaw. Cody really having a hard time getting anything going here against Chalk. Chalk hammers him down once more. Stump puller. Outlaw certainly having his problems. Chalk got him up in a gut wrench and slams him over. Gut wrench suplex. Cody rolls to the outside. Chalk looking to keep up the pressure, taking this fight outside of the ring. Big release German suplex from Chalk. He has got this match well in hand. Well, Cody coming back. Nothing doing. Chalk stopped himself from going into the barricade. Tilt-a-whirl gutbuster by Chalk. Big left meat hook to the body. And now going after Cody once more with those lariats. Ducks underneath, rip cord, single leg drop kick one more time. Finds the mark. And it's Cody who gets sent into the barricade. Chalk sending Cody into the announcer's desk. And I don't know who those yardbirds there are at that announce table, but they better leave if they know what's good for them. Oh, wait a minute. Cody with a DDT. Chalk maybe got a little too cute. But he cuts Bill Cody off right away. Got him hoisted up. Fallaway slam. Now kicking away at Cody. Cody makes his way to the outside of the ring. Here comes Chalk. Oh, that was ill-advised. Chalk diving through the ropes. Completely missed it. Now Cody is going to work. Cody has found his opening. Can he turn this around? Got him up. Slams the heel in an awkward angle down onto the floor. Chalk back inside. Cody back inside. Collar and elbow tie up. Cody centered for the ride. Chalk got him up. Spine buster. And just like that, Chalk has got the momentum again, but Cody not willing to give up that easily. Swinging neck breaker by the Outlaw. Outlaw looking to press the advantage. Big kick to the face of Chunk. Chunk slipping to the outside, using the ropes to get back up. Shoulder tackle and a running head start in that shoulder tackle for Bill Cody. Cody with a chop to the chest and another swinging neck breaker outside of the ring. The referee continues to administer the count. Chunk grabs Cody, sends him into the barricade one more time. Got him by the back of the neck. What a meat hook! Big clubbing blow across the chest of the Outlaw. Pump handle position, got him up, slammed him down back first on the floor. Chunk now with a flurry. Sends Cody into the barricade once more. Picks him back up to his feet. Collar double tap, kick to the midsection from Cody. Cody now trying to get rid of Chunk. Chunk stopped dead in his tracks and sends Cody into the steel steps. Cody laid out on the outside. Chunk breaks the count, makes his way back outside of the ring. Picking Cody back up to his feet. Collar and elbow tie up. Got him up. Follow a slam on the floor. Chunk is relentless. Cody has done everything he can to try to get some momentum going on Chunk, but it has all been for naught. Chunk just seems like an unstoppable force at this point. Airplane spin into the barricade. Both men back inside the ring. Chunk picking Cody back up. Got him hoisted up. Choking the life out of him. Referee trying to get him to break the hold. Cody with a rake in the eyes and a big lariat. That one took Chunk off his feet. Cody slams Chunk head first in the turnbuckle. Running knee strike. Winds up and drops the elbow in the back of the neck. Cody now, neck breaker. Goes for the cover. Count of one. And Chunk powers out at one. Cody still has a lot of work to go. A lot of work to do left on Chunk. Chunk sends him into the steel steps, and that may have broken the momentum. Chunk putting the bad mouth on the Outlaw. Spins him around. Got him up. No, Cody out the back door. Cody with a driving lariat. They broke the barricade at ringside. And Cody is going back to work. Stop to the face. They've really got to mind the referee's count. Neither man wants to get counted out here. Chunk slowly back up to his feet. Cody is there to greet him. European uppercut sends Chunk back. Chunk comes back himself. Irish whip into that barricade, and I don't know how much more that barricade can take. By the time these guys are done, we may not have any barrier between the fans and the action. Go behind by Cody. Whips Chunk off to the ropes. Back elbow. Cody awfully proud of himself. He's got to watch out for Chunk, though. Chunk with a shoulder tackle. Rolls Cody over. Chunk dropping his weight down in the midsection. Now locks in a modified face lock. Torquing the neck of Cody. Trying to get a tap out victory, a submission victory here. Cody gets free. Right hand to the face gets him free. And now Cody laying in big punches. Collar double tie up. Chunk off the rope. No. Irish whip reversed into a hip toss. One. And a kick out once again by Chunk. Cody is not letting up. Chunk rolls to the outside. Cody up to the top rope. The Outlaw with a double axe handle from the top rope. Chunk kick to the midsection. Got Cody up one more time. Brings him over to the apron. Snake eyes on the apron. Cody kicks away at him. Big headbutt from the Outlaw. The Outlaw loves to fight, and he's certainly got a fight in his hands. But now Chuck knows he's got a fight on his hands as well. Cody sends Chuck back inside the ring. Makes his own way back, telling Chuck to get up. Chuck back to his feet. Cody with a shoulder tackle sends him right back down. Grabs Chuck by the head, picks him back up. Big boot to the jaw. And now slamming Chuck's head into the canvas. Cody in full control with a knee lift. Chuck fights Cody off. Cody rolls out of the way of the knee strike. He's got the big man up. Oklahoma Stampede cover. Count of one, count of two. Chuck gets the shoulder up. Cody at a loss and going back to the top rope. Bill Cody setting Chuck up once more. Chuck back to his feet and six star. By God, up for the top rope. Oh, what a shot to the midsection from Bill Cody. Cody with a hip toss. Chuck in a bad way. Cody setting Chuck up. Is he going to get him with it? He's got him up. Power bomb. Cover. 1, 2. Bill Cody with a come-from-behind victory. Out-brawled, out-fought the massive Chuck. Look at that power bomb one more time, a couple of different angles. And that was all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Bill Cody. And folks, we are going to take you now to my broadcast colleague, Ronnie Stockholm. Stay tuned.
Always great to have Gary Bloomfield back at the broadcasting booth. We look forward to hearing more from him with 2 additional NWC tournament matches in just a moment. But before we do that, it's important that we spotlight the reason that we're having this tournament in the first place, and that is the NWC World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the premier belt here recognized by the National Wrestling Council and the only world title represented by any of the brands that NWC is affiliated with. PWA, NWCW, and INCW all have their own fine championships that have been fought over to no end, but the NWC World title stands unique and above the rest. It has quite an interesting history as the proprietors of all of these promotions came together to create the National Wrestling Council to provide an order and a structure under which all of their brands could coexist peacefully. And the result was the creation of this championship. Representatives from each organization were selected to compete in a very special match to determine the first NWC champion, and that man ended up being the surgical specialist Akira Wilde. Since then, many men have held this illustrious title, including the Outlaw Billy Cody, Johnny X, Victor Sokolov, and of course the current NWC champion Damian Black. Damian Black has been defending this title for more than a season, largely in INCW, his most recent title defense coming against KB Chronic in one of the final events of the INCW's final season. Of course, Damian Black needs no introduction. He's a tremendous competitor who believes in the traditions of the National Wrestling Council and holds this title proudly. This title, we look forward to many opportunities to see it defended on our program and the accompanying supercards. The first NWC supercard will be headlined by Damian Black taking on the winner of this illustrious round-robin tournament. Speaking of which, folks, we're going to go ahead and take you back now to Gary Bloomfield for 2 more matches in the NWC Round Robin Number 1 Contender Championship Tournament.
Thank you, Ronnie. Now it's time for more tournament action in the second round of the NWC Number 1 Contenders Round Robin Tournament. On his way to the ring, Richard Pennyworth III, a veteran of Prestige Wrestling Association, former PWA Heavyweight Champion, making his mark here in the NWC, taking part in this tournament. He unfortunately lost to Brawler Beckett in the first round. And he is looking to correct that loss, get on a winning streak, or get on the winning track tonight. A bit of an attitude change there for Pennyworth. Normally he's kind of above it all, but now he's looking at the fans eye to eye here. And I wonder if that loss from Brawler Beckett may have gotten to him, at least mentally. Richard Pennyworth definitely coming into this match with a chip on his shoulder. And well, you know, sometimes men with a chip on their shoulder, it can certainly help them in a match. We'll have to see how he does, because his opponent coming to the ring, the Spoiler 3. Many people think that the Spoiler is going to be the guy to take this tournament. He is arguably the largest man. Chonk may have something to say about that, but the Spoiler, certainly one of the largest, if not the largest, certainly one of the most vicious competitors. He is a brute of a competitor. And no doubt about that at all. He's got a great deal of power. And he has a cunning brain. A great wrestling mind. Knows how to use the rules to his advantage and how to break the rules and get away with it. Richard Pennyworth is going to have a tough test against the Spoiler 3, who was 1-0 after defeating Billy Cody in the first round. Referee calls for the bell. And, oh my goodness, big boot right out of the gate by the Spoiler. Spoiler's got Pennyworth up and drapes him throat first across the top rope. And I said he beat Billy Cody. That's my mistake. He beat Paul Gravitt. And that was the move that he beat Paul Gravitt with, was draping him throat first over the top rope. Spoiler now just vicious, kicking and driving forearms into Pennyworth. Shoves Pennyworth away, clotheslines him into the corner. Now, folks, we've seen some hot starts in these matches so far with Akira Wilde and Chonk in our previous tournament matches. And both of them ended up losing, so if that trend continues, we could see Pennyworth walking away with a victory. But right now, really, with the start that the Spoiler has, it does not look good for Pennyworth as he goes crashing to the floor outside. Spoiler now got that arm draped and drops a knee. Absolutely no give. Well, maybe a little give. There's a little bit of padding out there. But under that, it's just hard floor, just hard concrete. Backdrop on the barricade. Picks him up. No, Pennyworth fighting back. Shoves Spoiler away. Comes in with an elbow, but Spoiler blocked it, and Spoiler going to make him pay. Spoiler again going after the arm of Richard Pennyworth. Spoiler looking to take away the effectiveness of the cash advance submission hold. And Pennyworth rapidly just trying to go after Spoiler. Spoiler continues to shove him away and throws him back in the ring finally. Spoiler climbing back inside the ring. Pennyworth trying to get back to his feet. Not many people know this, but there is a history between Spoiler and Pennyworth during their tenure in the Prestige Wrestling Association as Pennyworth comes back with a flying head scissor. And now a hip toss to the Spoiler. Very early in the Spoiler's career, during his debut, he and Richard Pennyworth focused on each other, turned each other into targets, and had a series of matches that Pennyworth actually got the better of the Spoiler of. And they met again a couple of times, but not really quite on that level. And since then, Spoiler has grown as a competitor. We'll have to see if Pennyworth can come out on top one more time. That drop kick gonna help, but it didn't bring the big man down. Spoiler didn't exactly shrug it off, but didn't leave his feet either, and drapes him throat first over the top rope one more time. Lariat, but the Spoiler refuses to leave his feet. Hip toss, and now the Spoiler is down. And now Pennyworth goes to work, raking the boot across the eyes. Pennyworth getting excited, getting this crowd excited. Spoiler, short arm, no. Pennyworth blocks. Couple of kicks to the midsection. Spoiler coming back with big right hands and a clothesline to the back of the neck. What's he setting up for here? Spoiler, no, gets shoved away by Pennyworth, and Pennyworth working on the leg of the Spoiler. Flying head scissor once more by the modern day Aristocrat. Pennyworth. Another kick to the midsection. Pennyworth on fire. Just rocked the Spoiler with a high kick. Pennyworth pressing the advantage. Going up to the top rope. Spoiler gamely getting back to his feet. Pennyworth with a flying body press. Hooks the leg. One. Oh, I thought that might have been it, but Spoiler kicks out at one. Pennyworth going right back to work with a sharp elbow to the crown. And now drops the knee on the Spoiler. Tit for tat. Pennyworth sweeps the leg out from under the Spoiler and starts working on that heel hook. Spoiler rolls through and starts firing right hands, and he breaks the hold with that gloved right hand. Big boot. Pennyworth has been busted open. Cover one. And I don't know, folks, 3 right hands, enough to bust open Richard Pennyworth. Referee might want to check that glove that the Spoiler is wearing, because that was the hand that did the damage. A clubbing forearm, and down goes the Aristocrat. Collar and elbow tie-up. Spoiler with the butterfly suplex. Got those double underhooks and sent Pennyworth sailing. Now Spoiler to the top rope. And the signature knee drop from the Spoiler finds its mark. Spoiler getting set up. Is this going to spell the end for Pennyworth? He's got the iron claw. Spoiler alert! 1, 2. Pennyworth gets the shoulder up and kicks out. He kicked out at 2.5, and the Spoiler is not happy with that result, but Pennyworth fighting back. Flying head scissor. Picks Spoiler back up to his feet. Pennyworth got him. Rolls him up into a small package. 1, 2. No, Spoiler kicks out at 2. Pennyworth missed the elbow. Spoiler back to his feet. Shoves his foot into the face of Pennyworth, who struggles to get back up. Spoiler with a chop. Now lifting Pennyworth, seated up on the turnbuckle. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is bad news for Pennyworth. Spoiler got him hooked up on the middle rope. Superplex. Kick to the back. Spoiler continuing to apply pressure, and now just vicious right hands, one after the other, to the open, trying to open up that cut on Pennyworth's face just a little bit more. The blood now really starting to flow out of that cut, and I can't tell if it's to the side or above the eye. But Spoiler is doing everything he can to open it up. Big back elbow. Spoiler drops a knee to the small of the back and continues to stomp away at Pennyworth. Pennyworth had a great deal of trouble. Boy, he had some great momentum going He really needs to try to recapture it if he's going to stay in this match. Kicks away the Spoiler, back up to his feet. Spoiler off the ropes. Pennyworth drops down. Drop kick finds the mark and down goes the Spoiler. Quick cover. One. Kick out at one by the Spoiler. Going to take more than a drop kick, but Spoiler clearly feeling the effects of this match. Pennyworth with a stun gun. Spoiler back up to his feet. Stalking around the ring. Pennyworth looking to follow him out, but this is the Spoiler's territory. Spoiler with the European uppercut to the back of the head. And now Spoiler going back in the ring as Pennyworth is dazed and confused outside and bleeding profusely. Gotta wonder if the blood loss is going to start to affect him. Spoiler sent into the corner. Pennyworth with a shoulder tackle. And now putting the boot right against the jaw of the Spoiler. Close to a choke, but the referee, he had a clearer view of it. That was on the jaw. If it was on the throat, no doubt our official would have broken it up. Running European uppercut from Pennyworth. Spoiler with an arm wringer counter. Spoiler going back to the top rope. Spoiler, is he going to look for that knee drop one more time? No, he's not. He's getting Pennyworth back up and a 6-star, 6-star, 6-star. Ha ha, fooled you. Top, hop for the top rope. God style pile driver. Pennyworth quickly out of the ring. Spoiler did not get all of that pile driver. Normally Pennyworth or anybody would not have immediately gotten up from that. I don't know how he managed it, but Pennyworth able to absorb a lot of that pile driver, and now he is in control. Takes Spoiler for the ride. Off the ropes. Ducks underneath now. Oh, look at that. Had the Spoiler fooled and hit him with the clothesline. Spoiler back to his feet. Collar double tie up. Pennyworth. An innovative move that put the Spoiler's face right against his knee. Now laying in left hands. And a stop for good measure. Another stop. Knee to the back. Pennyworth now all over the Spoiler. Right hand belt blocked and answered by the Spoiler. Spoiler got him up. Drops him face first in a release guard buster. And the eyes of Richard Pennyworth they're looking very strange. He looks glassy-eyed. Spoiler's got him one more time. Spoiler alert! Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And the Spoiler advances to 2-0 in the tournament as Richard Pennyworth falls to 0-2. A tremendous match between old rivals, but it was the Spoiler via a spoiler alert to win his second match in the round robin tournament. Folks, our next tournament match is coming up as this crowd is letting the Spoiler know just exactly what they think of him. Folks, it is now time for the final match of round 2 of this round robin tournament. And here comes to the ring, without a doubt, one of the most controversial, one of the most hated men in all of professional wrestling. The holder of the dubious Your Mother's Championship. And folks, he does make me say this. Lord Bartholomew Brawler Beckett. As he makes his way to the ring in that rather splendiferous purple robe he's got on. Make no mistake, I know the shade of the purple that he wears, but this is a very dangerous man. And well, his opponent knows it. Coming to the ring, there he is, the blueprint. Spencer Watts, who's sitting at 1-0. Beckett is also sitting at 1-0. Spencer Watts defeated the Cowboy. Brawler Beckett defeated Richard Pennyworth. And now these two undefeated competitors are going to go head-to-head in this last match of round 2. One of them is going to walk out with a loss. One of them will stay in the ranks of the undefeated early in this tournament. And these two have a personal history. The first time Spencer Watts won the PWA Light Heavyweight Championship, it was taken from him that same night by the man standing across from the ring from him right now in Brawler Beckett. Spencer Watts has neither forgotten nor forgiven Beckett, and they have been at odds ever since. Watts picking up right where he left off against the Brawler as he works the arm after making Beckett kiss that top turnbuckle. Now got both legs up. Oh, look out! Ooh! Oh, that was close. I thought that might have been a disqualification. Instead, he stomps the gut. Big elbow drop by the blueprint, and Beckett is not starting off the way he wanted to. Knee drop to the arm by Watts. Picks Beckett up to his feet. Collar and elbow tie up. Watts got him up. Brain buster to Brawler Beckett, and Watts now mocking the Brawler. Trying to get him back up to his feet, continuing to go to work on the arm, settling him down and stomping on the shoulder. Looking to torque the elbow, torque the shoulder. And I guess in Watts' case, he's going to hope to tear a few ligaments and continues to work on the arm. Now Beckett's feet were in the ropes, but the referee was looking at the hold itself, looking to see if Brawler Beckett was going to submit. And Beckett now a modified chin crusher to Watts, trying to break the momentum that the blueprint had built up. Now he's got him up on his shoulder. Oh, look at that. Good for the gooses, good for the gander, Spencer. Beckett waves to the crowd, but Spencer right back up to his feet. Brawler had him scouted. Brawler quickly got up. No, Spencer with a go behind. Neck breaker. Jumping neck breaker by the blueprint. And the Brawler going to take a little trip to the outside. Watts not giving him any time to rest. Suicide dive to the outside. Brawler Beckett, though, coming back. No, Watts counters. Watts with a lariat. A falling lariat to the kneeling Brawler Beckett. Sends Beckett back inside the ring. Watts is not giving Beckett any room to breathe whatsoever, and that is a sound strategy when you're facing the Brawler. The more room you give him, the more room that Beckett has to steal the match in any way he can from you. So Watts is not letting the Brawler breathe, not giving him any room to plan, to connive, to look for an opening. He is continuing like a pit bull on that arm. Watts getting this crowd to his feet, and they're with him. Well, Watts was maybe going to the ropes for something there, but Brawler caught him from behind. Watts with elbows to the side of the face, and he breaks the hold. Watts with a face buster. Covers him, hooks the leg, gets two, and Beckett gets a hand on the ropes. Watts arguing with the official, but it was a 2 count. Of course, Brawler Beckett taking some might say the cheap way out, but really it is a smart way out. Normally with a pinfall that early, it's to make the person who is on the receiving end of the fall expend energy kicking out, and Beckett managed to not only break the pin, but to conserve the energy. As he kicks the legs out from under Spencer, and Beckett giving Spencer Watts a piece of his mind. Unlike the Brawler, he has lost his composure, and Watts going to make him pay for it with a kick to the legs. Collar and elbow tie-up, kick to the midsection by Beckett. Beckett catches Watts, sends him into the corner. Beckett with a forearm. All the weight of Brawler Beckett went into that forearm, and he is stomping away at Watts now. He is torturing him. He's got a choke. Referee needs to break that hold. That's an illegal choke, and finally Beckett breaks before the referee counted 5 for disqualification. Watts not content to let the Brawler continue with it. Drop toe hold. Sends Beckett in for the ride. Shoulder-to-shoulder collision. But Watts maintains control. Got him up. Brain buster on the Brawler. Watts reestablishing that momentum. He's got a hammerlock. Picks him up. Back suplex. Hammerlock back suplex, and Watts is really on a roll. Watts off the top rope. Crossbody off the top rope to the outside. A slingshot crossbody. Beckett sweeps the leg. Stalking Watts. Watts fires back with the European uppercut. Beckett sent into the barricade. Watts looking to follow him in. Watts got Beckett up into a suplex. Almost an exploder-style suplex. Kick to the midsection. DDT. This crowd has gone berserk. They're completely behind the blueprint. Beckett throws Watts away, gets himself a bit of breathing room, looking to get back into the relatively safe confines of the ring, telling Watts don't come in, but Watts does come in, and Watts giving the business to Brawler Beckett. Off the ropes, no, Watts out of the way. High kick. Watts back in now, looking for something off the ropes. Back kick. A springboard soul butt cover, gets 2, and Beckett kicks out at 2 3/4. The referee's hand was starting to come down, but Beckett kicks out. Shot to the solar plexus by the Brawler. Go behind into a German. He's holding it. 1, and a kick out by Watts. Watts got him trapped. End game. Watts reached in, hooks up the end game. He's cranking back on it. Beckett is in serious trouble. Beckett is in deep trouble. Beckett rolls through. Watts' legs may have come loose, and Beckett rolled through and got out of the hole, but Watts is not done. Got the double underhooks into a short powerbomb. 1, count of 2. Spencer Watts has emphatically defeated Brawler Beckett. Spencer Watts moves to 2-0, and Brawler Beckett has a blemish on his tournament record. Folks, what a match, and we are not done yet. Get ready, because coming up is our main event of the evening. Ronnie, over to you.
Thank you, Gary. What amazing action. We are now 2 rounds into this climactic round-robin tournament. We have 2 undefeated competitors. We also have 2 competitors who have yet to score a win, but this tournament is still young. Remember, each of these men is vying to have the best score out of a possible 7. Next week, we will continue on with 4 more tournament matches. But ladies and gentlemen, we are not done tonight, because we have one final event for you, one final climactic encounter. Tonight, live here, we are going to be seeing Angel Face Damian Black, the NWC World Champion, in an exhibition non-title match against the INCW Champion, Bokrug. Let me tell you, folks, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to see some fantastic wrestling action. Damian Black, of course, a top-shelf competitor at the top of his game. Bokrug, an absolute sleeper of a champion in PWA and in INCW. This man has quietly, without much fanfare, become one of the most decorated champions in our sport. He, of course, won the INCW Championship at the final INCW televised event in an Elimination Chamber match. Prior to that, he had had only a handful of matches under the INCW banner. Of course, Bokrug is a multi-time World Tag Team Champion in PWA and has a tremendous amount of accolades to his credit. But of course, coming down to the ring right now is the man of the hour, the man for whom this tournament has been set up. This is the NWC World Champion, Damian Black. Of course, Damian Black, a competitor whose reputation precedes him, the owner of PWA, a charter member of The Camp, the founder, along with Akira Wilde, of the Pantheon, one of the most dominant factions in the latter days of INCW, and of course your reigning, defending world champion. He has held that championship for more than a season, defending it proudly, and is eagerly awaiting the winner of the round-robin tournament to determine who he will be facing the next time he defends it here on NWC television. His opponent tonight, a very interesting figure, Bokrug, a veteran of PWA, the longest reigning and most decorated tag team champion in that company's history. Now, he did not have a long history in INCW, but he was in an Elimination Chamber match in the final INCW broadcast, and in that Elimination Chamber, Bokrug outlasted 5 other men to become the last INCW champion to date. Now, it puts him in an interesting position because while he's a decorated champion as a single star, he still has a bit of a reputation to build. And he is not interested in being seen as a secondary champion to Damian Black or anyone else. He sees an amazing opportunity to elevate the INCW championship to a level to be the equal of the NWC World Championship in his mind. So tonight, this exhibition match could really see exactly where these two men fall in the hierarchy of NWC greats. Referee rings the bell, and we are underway for our main event of the evening. Damian Black sends Bokrug into the corner with a hard forearm, starting out high impact here. But Bokrug answers with a leg lariat, answers in kind. Shoulder-to-shoulder collision, neither man moves. Bokrug manages another leg lariat. Bokrug, the smaller, arguably faster man. Damian Black, a deceptively powerful, deceptively tall individual. Bokrug with just vaulting over the top rope with a beautiful kick. Damian coming right back with a belly-to-belly suplex. So far, these two are matching each other move for move, tit for tat. Damian Black with an amateur-style takedown on the painted man there. Black just with a huge right hand right to the temple of Bokrug and follows up with a shot to the kidneys and another one. Damian Black is as old school as it gets. He will pick apart a limb. He will work a body part. Damian Black has a variety of ways to take you down. As Bokrug over the shoulder, looks like he was going to go for snake eyes, got frustrated with the referee blocking his path, dropped Bokrug in a shoulder breaker. Oh, Bokrug with a hard shot and a kick takes the champion down, goes for a quick pin. Referee in manages a one count by Bokrug on Damian Black, still quite a bit of energy left in both of these men. Kick to the ribs from Bokrug and a second one. And just drops Damian Black with a hard left-handed clothesline. Black taking a powder, going to try to take a bit of a rest outside, but Bokrug not interested in letting him have a moment. Senton manages to take Damian Black down, just hits him right in the side of the head. I believe he might have clipped him with his foot there. And Bokrug with a shotgun foot stunner on the outside of the ring. Damian Black is starting to fall a bit behind here. Bokrug starting to try to put a few moves together. Short clothesline takes down the NWC champion, and Bokrug looks like celebrating maybe just a hair prematurely there. Bokrug a series of kicks and punches to Damian Black, and he is really feeling it, letting the crowd know that the INCW champion is not to be trifled with. Both men heading back into the ring. Bokrug manages to grab Damian in a body slam, drops to his own knees to add to the momentum, goes for a pin. Barely a 1 count, but of course every time Bokrug presses body to body, he is forcing Damien Black to expend precious energy, breaking out. And would you look at that, a release angel suplex, followed by a belly-to-belly suplex. Damien Black is not playing around here. I'll tell you what, Damien Black is an expert at not only utilizing a variety of wrestling moves, but torquing and twisting those moves in just such a way to ensure maximum impact. Black with a quick pin. I've never seen anyone deliver a standard suplex with quite the level of torque and snap as Damien Black. But would you look at that, I've never seen anyone deliver a package pile driver like Bokrug. He has won many matches like that. Goes for the pin. Could this be it in the early goings? Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Damien Black, even though this match is only a few minutes old, he got rocked by that package pile driver and was forced to grab that bottom rope. Had Bokrug's positioning been a bit better, this could be it. But it might be over now. That is the Black embrace, folks. Damien Black, he is close to the ropes but cannot quite manage to reach it. Bokrug has finished so many men with this hold. Does Damien have the strength to break out? Wow, had Damien been any deeper into this match, that might have been it. But he had just enough strength reserves left in him to break free. Damien Black going for a follow-away slam, but Bokrug floats over, and oh my goodness! Tiger Bomb right in the center of the ring. Sit-out Tiger Bomb. He doesn't manage to hold on for a pin, but no one can take very many of those, ladies and gentlemen. Damien Black, he has been rocked. He is a little bit shook here by the onslaught of Bokrug. Bokrug sends him to the ropes. It looks like Damien caught him. Dragon suplex right in the middle of the ring. Beautiful textbook dragon suplex. And then Damien, not one bit of wasted motion, immediately goes to work on that leg. Again, Damien Black, he loves working on a limb. He picks a body part and just drills it into the ground. And would you look at that? A sleeper hold. Damien Black, again, old school as it goes. This sleeper hold has taken out many, many opponents. Bokrug fading. No! Manages to jack Angel Face Damien Black's jaw, forcing him to break the hold. Black has Bokrug up. What's he going to do with him? Drops him throat first across that top rope. Don't forget, just last week, Spoiler managed to beat his opponent in the tournament with that very move. Damien Black stalking him. Has him wrapped up. Oh, I think he was trying to position him for the Angel Suplex, but Bokrug, nothing doing. Uses that middle rope. Big clothesline, takes the NWC champion down. Goes for the pin. 1. Only a 1 count this time. Only a 1 count. Bokrug is doing an excellent job of keeping the momentum going. Damien Black does not want to be put off his game. I'll tell you, if Damien Black has a weakness, and that is a big if, it is that he is a cerebral wrestler who likes to go by a set game plan. If you can pull Black off of his game plan, you have a chance to take him out, albeit a slim one. Bokrug with a hard kick to the stomach and tries to follow through. Black manages to reverse it, though. Amateur-style takedown. Damien Black heading to the top rope. What's he got planned here, folks? Comes off with an elbow drop right to the center of Bokrug's spine. Goes for the pin. Could this be it? And a 2 count. We are getting closer and closer, folks. These energy reserves from these two tremendous athletes slowly being depleted. Bokrug floats over Damien Black, neck breaker outside the ring, and Bokrug is feeling it. Damien Black has Bokrug up, body slam on that hard surface out there. You know what's under that mat. Black picks him up, but Bokrug picks a leg, dragon screw, takes the champion down. I say champion, they are of course both champions, both proud champions in their own right. Both men deciding to take it back to the center of the ring. That's where we like to see this action take place. Bokrug again using that middle rope. Flies through the air with a clothesline. Takes down Damian Black, who is favoring that shoulder a little bit. That left shoulder. Bokrug, again, the Black embrace. Drags Damian Black down, and he is miles away from that rope, folks. But immediately, I don't believe Bokrug was able to cinch it in completely. Black manages to elbow his way out. Tremendous ring awareness. And did you see the snap on that suplex? Twisting Bokrug right as he was coming down. And again, in the air, a second suplex. Damian Black will throw you around for days, folks. And again, another one of those snapping torque-style suplexes. Just beautiful, beautiful work by our world champion. And a fisherman suplex. He is just taking Bokrug to town. Is Suplex City a term? Is that something that we say? Oh, goodness gracious. One clothesline, a second clothesline, and a third one. Bokrug dazed in the corner. Black stalking him. What's he going to do? He's got the INCW champion on the top. He's setting him up for something. On the top rope, both men balanced precariously. Gigantic superplex right into the center of the ring. My goodness, but wait a minute, what's going on? Bokrug calls on the dark powers that obey his command. Blacks out the arena, appears behind Damian Black, suddenly renewed, full of energy. A neck breaker. A butterfly suplex. Bokrug is in control out of nowhere. Kicks to the stomach. Damian doesn't know what the heck happened. Bokrug went from being on death's door to suddenly being in control. What a scary individual this man is. Bokrug sends Damian Black to the ropes. Ducks underneath. And just hits a wicked kick. And Black, yes, Black is heading to the floor, but he's not going to find any relief there. Bokrug, what's he doing? Oh my goodness, tremendous flip just takes Damian Black out. The back of Bokrug's heel colliding with the forehead of Damian Black. Black is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know where Bokrug got these reserves from, but he has taken over this match. Is he going to humble the NWC champion? Is he going to show the NWC Nation that the INCW Championship is the belt to watch? Look at that, Bokrug just laying it in, just taunting Damian Black outside. Of course, Bokrug gets a lot out of the intimidation game with that corpse paint on his face and his dark, sadistic attitude. Many of Bokrug's opponents lose their nerve before the bell even rings. Black, outside the ring, dazed. The referee giving him ample time to try to get back in. The last thing anyone wants to see is this match ending in a countout. But out of nowhere, Damian Black, angel suplex, but Bokrug's feet are in the ropes. Just like that, Black can get you from any angle at any time with that deadly, deadly angel suplex. Bokrug, though, not ready to let his advantage go. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex there. And he is really feeling it. Bokrug thinks he has this thing in the bag, but he might have celebrated prematurely. Damian Black sends him to the ropes. Drop toe hold takes the painted man down. Damian Black, what's he got going on here? Again, going back to town on those legs, probably trying to get a little bit of his cardio kick-started, sitting on Bokrug's legs while he catches his own breath a little bit. Damian Black, a fairly large man, standing upwards of 6'3" or taller, weighing in the neighborhood of 240 pounds. Bokrug smaller. Oh, and look at this here. Big-time fisherman suplex. Damian Black slowly but surely regaining control, stomping on the back of Bokrug's legs. What a tremendous match this has been, ladies and gentlemen. A tremendous match from two absolute pros. Bokrug with a float over neck breaker. I can't tell you at this point who's in charge. Black looked like he was on death's door himself, but he managed to fight his way, to claw his way back. And now the world champion. Oh, would you look at that? Almost a Kimura lock, folks. Damian Black just twisting Bokrug's arm behind him. This is a submission hold. Bokrug holding on for all he's worth, but is he going to be forced to tap? But no, Bokrug with a shot to the kidneys takes Black down, and Black floats over and takes out the leg. A chop block to the back of the leg by Bokrug. Bokrug trying to regroup in the corner. Black not letting him. He's setting him up again, folks. What's he going to do this time? Up at the top, both men again. A second superplex right into the middle of the ring. Bokrug has been rocked. He is unconscious in the middle of the ring. Black is stalking him. And Angel suplex. He couldn't hold on, but he managed to roll over into a pin. What have we got here? 1, 2, and 3. Your winner, the NWC World Champion, Damian Black. But what a tremendous showing from Bokrug as well, doing the INCW Championship proud. But on this night, in this setting, in front of this NWC Nation, Damian Black has asserted the NWC World Championship as the championship to fight for here in NWC. I'm sure all of his tournament challengers have been watching this eagerly, looking for any weakness in Damian Black, but as of yet, I am seeing none. This is your world champion, folks. This is why we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a tremendous edition, I dare say the best edition of the Young NWC Tonight program to date. I am Ronnie Stockholm, and it has been my pleasure to bring to you this fantastic action. Special thanks to Gary Bloomfield. Gary, we look forward to seeing you again next week calling more tournament matches. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been NWC Tonight. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week.